say the differences are minor.
Yeah, very minor.
We're looking at it, and we're underway here.
Okay.
Number 4, it's full and ready to get started.
All right, it looks like Lauren is going to play a Delta? Nope.
Tundra for Lauren Nolen. And Riley Curran's going to respond. Maybe. One thing to note about both of these players, this is not their native habitat. Neither of them are traditional Stoneblade players.
Okay.
I know Riley Curran as an elf player. That's generally his deck of choice. And Lauren Nolen has limited experience playing Legacy. He's definitely one of those people that still reads cards quite a bit. And
well, you win an invitational.
Yeah,
it's not easy, and it's not like you don't get to play Legacy. Lance. Okay.
So Thoughtseize misses. I'm not sure if Riley's happy or unhappy. Obviously, Lauren is going to play Stoneforge Mystic. He might not even play it because if he wanted to draw these Swords to Plowshares on top of his deck, he would not play it. But he's going to play it, get himself a Batterskull or an Umezawa's Jite. Those are his options.
And there's the Batterskull.
Yep.
And as you can see, he will pass the turn. So it looks like we have Brainstorm. Hard to tell you. Very quick on that one. Okay, he's going to play Brainstorm, main phase Brainstorm. As Adrian Sullivan would say, the best time to play Brainstorm, main phase Brainstorm. Okay, looks like he's going to put back. I did not see it quick enough. Okay, well.
Yeah, he's Riley Curran is being quite mean, but he's going to be able to Swords to Plowshares the Stoneforge Mystic after shuffling away 2 of his worst cards.
No doubt that's the correct play there, because the last thing that Riley wants to see is a Batterskull in the battlefield.
Yep, so Riley is brainstormed. Lauren Nolen has all lands in hand. So
even more lands now.
Yep, so he's going to be able to attack for 3 with his and going to pump his but up until the last couple opens, Lauren has played Rug Delver.
Okay.
That has been his weapon of choice.
Well, it does. Esper Stoneblade, as you've seen by the last couple of weeks, have had some seriously good results, and I can understand why people would do that. Okay, he's going to play.
He's going to play Thoughtseize and miss again.
Huh. Well, the Batterskull, yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, he does get the Batterskull this time.
Yeah.
That's mostly a miss. Not a very strong card strong card to have in your hand. Let's just put it that way. Unless you have a Stoneforge Mystic in play.
All right, so we will get a cut. It will go back to Lauren, who has lands galore. And you know he is not playing a lands deck.
I believe Riley's going to fall to 10.
Okay.
Off the Thoughtseize, and an excellent draw from Lauren.
Stoneforge Mystic, and he will have enough mana to get around Daze.
Daze is not played in
his deck. Okay,
yeah.
it's not his deck. Okay.
Either player plays.
Spell Pierce is in there.
Yeah, basically, Lauren has to decide if he wants to attack.
Yeah.
With a Mistress Factory. So he's going to attack. Bring Riley to 8. Riley can't block with his Snapcaster Mage because the second Mistress Factory is sitting there to pump, but he's not going to pump. And just go get the Stoneforge Mystic and the Umezawa's Jite.
Well, it looks like right here that Lauren has managed to come back and put himself in a very, very good board state here.
The problem is those are all the cards that Lauren has. That's the only card left in his deck that does anything. So if Riley can have something like a Swords to Plowshares,
he does have 4 in his deck.
Even Riley's going to go get he doesn't have a 4th land, Riley. So that's going to be pretty good for Loren. He's going to be able to equip his Stoneforge Mystic. To his Stoneforge Mystic, assuming he drew another land.
Yes, he did.
So he can equip the Dute, get a couple counters, and use them to kill one of Riley's creatures when Riley plays his own Dute.
Okay, polluted Delta brought in. Okay, that'll be.
It's gonna be spell pierced. What that's gonna do? That's actually one of the few good uses of spell pierced to not counter it. To stop somebody from equipping, Loren definitely needs to pay. So he'll pay, but he can't equip this turn.
And the counters on the Jiteo really matters.
Mm-hmm.
All right, pass his turn. Looks like engineer explosives in his hand that we get to see there real quick.
Yep. I'm gonna guess that Riley would prefer to have a land, but
I think I saw a batter spell there.
oh, that could be huge for.
Okay, maybe I was wrong. He passed turn.
Well, he has the Stoneforge too.
Okay, there's.
Right. Loren draws a spell, so good for Loren.
Okay, let's see what land he chooses to play now.
So, Loren can equip the Jite. He's gonna be in for a pretty rude surprise once Riley surprises the Batter Skull into play.
Okay, he's gonna equip.
Basically, what's gonna happen is the Batter Skull is going to eat one of Loren's creatures. The Batter Skull Germ will still stay in play, and then once the Jeet comes down for Riley, he will still be he will not have his a piece of equipment, and Riley will have his Germ more than likely. The best case scenario is if he's going to play Legend Rule the Jite this round. Alright, so Riley's gonna fall to 4. But Batter Skull for Riley looms even larger now.
There's a Brainstorm. Brainstorm, Spell Pierce. Okay, here comes.
Okay, so he's gonna main face it. What this does is it doesn't let Loren surprise the Loren with a Batter Skull, but what it does do is plays around potential Vendilion clicks. Ooh, it's actually a pretty good draw from Loren. It's an 800th land, but it's another factory.
Yes,
and that would be all the factories in Loren's deck.
Misha's Factory, as you can see right there. Tap it to add 1 color to your pool. Pay 1, it becomes a 2/2 artifact creature, and target assembly worker, which is what the Misha Factory turns into, can get 1/1 until the end of turn.
Yeah, basically it's Pump and Mishra's Factory.
Yep.
Or Mutavault because it's a changeling. So what Loren can do is if Riley attacks, he can block with one of his factories and then pump all the factories. Use all the factories to pump it to a 5/5.
All right, here, as you can see, we are at the 8th round, the final round. Looks like he's going to pass back. Riley at 4 on the draw. Looks
counter spell.
Straight counter spell.
Another great draw. He doesn't have that kind of mana. A good brainstorm from Riley here.
Hopefully we can get a land out of this.
Even better, it'd be a fetch land.
A fetch land, yes.
Available at challenge prizes are available.
Okay. Looks like he's going to put 2 cards back on. Unfortunately, we will not be able to see what they are. Okay, there's your fetch land.
So
One more polluted delta.
Alright, so he's going to attack. Likely means he either really wants 4 life, or he has a Swords to Plowshares.
Okay, we're going to activate the worker and pump him up.
I would have actually liked to see this would play around Swords of Plowshares. Actually that's not. Never mind.
Okay.
I was gonna say if you triple blocked, a Swords of Plowshares would actually trade the gem for all of the factories, but Riley just wanted 4 life. Jeez, that's
another spell pierce?
That's a draw. No, it's another land.
Oh, sorry.
So Lauren Nolan's draw has been 4 spells, and now we're working on 10 lands. So, and the fact that he's even in this game is quite amazing, actually.
Okay, so we're gonna.
So this is a slightly aggressive attack by Lauren, if only because if Riley draws a 5th land or has a 5th land already, both very possible, then Batterskull is going to get equipped to. Okay, so we have Snapcaster Mage for likely Swords to Plowshares.
And that will take care of one of the factories.
Mm-hmm. The likely play is
okay, he's gonna
okay.
brainstorm maybe.
That's a pretty cool play by Riley. Put 1 Snapcaster Mage on each factory. And then when Lauren uses his factory to pump one of them, you respond with the Swords of Plowshares, and that way you can get one of your Snapcaster. You can get your Snapcaster Mage to trade for one of the factories. And so, however, Lauren plays his spell.
Yes.
I believe his 3rd spell of the game, because it's Stoneforge, Brainstorm, spell pierce. So his 4th spell. So he actually ends up eating one of the Snapcaster Mages while saving his factory at the same time.
Okay, there's the 5th land.
But yeah, this is all for naught as Ryland draws a 5th land, equips his Batterskull to a Stoneforge Mystic, and Lauren is in trouble, to say the least. One of the only good draws from Lauren would probably be Jace the Mind Sculptor at this point.
He would have to draw something that's not a land.
That's Thoughtseize.
Yeah.
What he can still do, he can still block the Stoneforge Mystic, so it's not going to block and kill the Stoneforge Mystic. It's a 6/5/6. So what would happen is Riley would attack, Lauren would animate both factories and make them both 3/3s, so only one of them would kill him.
Yeah, counter spell. It's the only one in Riley's deck. Riley does have 1 hard counter spell. All right, we still have the Engineer Explosives. It looked like he's
Swords of Plowshares. That's
Yes.
back-breaking. Alright, so Lauren's not going to bite. I'm going to hope for a...
You said hope for a chase, correct?
Maybe he is going to... Yeah. Never mind. I thought he went to his life pad. He's going to animate both. And pump them. Block and pump them both. And Riley's going to get Lauren pretty good with a top deck Swords to Plowshares. And so even if Lauren does draw a Jace of some or something very, very strong,
Yes.
and
he's
still not. Well, there's the Jace.
But he's still a spell pierce in hand.
Yeah, Lauren has a 6th land and a
Yes.
7th land and a 8th land.
Yes. Okay.
So, I'm Jace. Riley might actually decide to do his second spell pierce for no counter, just to get the brainstorms off of Lauren. Basically, get his shuffle effects out of his deck.
Okay.
When we look at Lauren's deck, he has plenty of lands to fetch. He has 4 basics and 8 dual lands, so he's in no danger of running out of basics to fetch.
All right. As you can see, he grabbed 2 more.
So, Lauren, you basically get the choice between activate, Jacing, bouncing the Stoneforge Mystic, or Jacing and brainstorming.
Okay. Looks like he's going to. He's going to brainstorm. Looks like. No.
Bouncing the Stoneforge Mystic is generally the safer play. Top deck, another top deck Swords of Pashas would basically cripple Lauren, leave him with nothing. So Batter Skull, Stoneforge Mystic to Riley's hand.
Okay. Swings in for 1.
Brainstorm. It's actually pretty nifty play Riley can do. Is brainstorm here. Put 2 back. He doesn't have any more equipment to fetch, but he can go looking and get a shuffle off of his Stoneforge
yes,
Mystic.
to get rid of anything he doesn't want on top.
Yep.
What does Riley want to get rid of?
I believe the Engineered Explosive should be one of them. That's been pretty stuck in Riley's hand. He has no way to generate a 4th color of mana. But the other the other thing Riley could have done if he would have seen it, but I think he'd rather have the Batter Skull in play, is to return the.
Okay.
Alright, so Vendilion Click and Stoneforge Mystic for Riley.
Now he will shuffle his library because he has no legitimate targets with that. But in his case, he wants to shuffle away the top to, like you said, get back to where he wants to go. Get something better on the top. Okay, another land.
It's actually a pretty good land for Lauren. It's a Caracas. So that will prevent the Vendilion Click from attacking Lauren. Or, not attacking Lauren, but attacking Lauren's Jace. So he's going to brainstorm. Lauren's in desperate need of cards. Picks up 2 counter spells, which is actually pretty good. So,
It's the nicest one of them is the hard counter spell, which both of them only have one of those each in their decks.
Force of Will is actually a hard counter spell at this point, too.
Well,
You
yes.
can pay the alternate cost of 5 mana.
Yes.
Yep. So, somehow Lauren, despite not having any spells for the majority of the game, is actually in pretty good shape. I have no idea how. I guess Jace the Mind Sculptor is that good.
Well, according to Patrick Chapin, Jason's
Better-
the answer.
better than all.
Better than all.
Alright, so Caracas will return Dealing Click to. Riley also drew a Force of Will on his turn.
So Force of Will, Brainstorm, or Force of Will, Counterspell. Back against each other.
For, I believe Riley is going to. There's a couple options. He can return the Batter Skull to his hand and put it back into play with Stoneforge Mystic, or he can just cast his Vendilion Click.
He does have options out there, that's for sure.
I definitely prefer the start with a Brainstorm for Lauren.
Okay, there we go.
So now we can, Lauren can put back 2 of the lands he's been. Oh, this is a fantastic draw for Lauren. If Riley goes for the Batter Skull play,
Yes.
Lauren can Vendilion Click it out of his hand. Actually, I think Lauren's a pretty big favorite to win this game.
All right. Passes back
So,
for the end of turn.
Riley actually stacks this a little bit wrong. Riley, because he would actually lose to his not be able to put in his batter skull to a swords to plowshares. If Lauren would respond to the batter skull activation with swords to plowshares, Riley could not put it into play. If Riley activates the Stoneforge Mystic in response to his own spell, and so Riley, Force of Will is removing his Vendilion Click.
Yep.
And Lauren's going to fetch and probably counter back.
There's the land.
I think Lauren's going to get a little greedy here and use his Force of Will hard counter, but I don't like that. I definitely, because he has regular counter spell, Brainstorm, Force of Will. I'll just use the regular counter spell. But he's going to pay 5 mana for his Force of Will. Here, yeah, he wants to. Obviously, he's going to take the batter skull. Riley needs to draw a card. Yep. And so basically, Lauren's gonna have to sweat a couple cards here when he could have everything basically in lockdown mode.
Okay, he does have.
That's one of the. That's
Yes.
That's a card he has to sweat, for sure.
Okay, bringing back Batterskull. I believe Riley's other card was Engineered Explosives. If I'm not correct.
Yeah. So play one Stoneforge Mystic, find the Batterskull that Lauren just put on bottom, and use the Stoneforge Mystic in play to put the Batterskull back into play. So Lauren's in quite a bit of trouble not having his Batterskull anymore. I believe the counter spell really costs using Force of Will over counter spell really costs Lauren here.
He had the opportunity to brainstorm
Yeah, he would
off of that to be able to potentially use his Force of Will to draw blue, to get a blue.
Yeah,
to go from
or pitch the Brainstorm as it's a blue card.
yes. Okay, looks like he has another Jace in hand.
He brainstorms, draws. I believe it's a Inquisition of Kozilek. So the two lands should go back. The Inquisition and the land should go back. We're gonna get into this awkward holding pattern where until Lauren brainstorms his way to greener pastures, where Lauren is going to block the Batterskull with his the Germ Token with his Vendilion Click, and then use his Caracas to return his own Vendilion Click. Riley can make this look very bad if he draws his own Caracas, but really Lauren doesn't have any other choice. Okay, so the Batterskull has been bounced. I believe Lauren should play his land, and then he definitely needs to play this land and fetch. No, he does not.
Well, we have an update from the floor. One of the matches you saw earlier today, Chris Anderson, who at the time was only X01, managed to lose. Unfortunately, his last two matches could have finished as high as 9th. Finished the weekend playing legacy at 5, 2, and 1.
He basically plays these combo decks that are very bad against other combo decks.
And he played Charbelcher.
Yep, and he played Charbelcher in the last round. He knew it was coming too, because somehow a Charbelcher deck got a draw.
Yeah, that's a good one. Charbelcher gets a draw. Okay. All right, Lauren's going to draw here. Polluted Delta. Counterspell.
So
Attention Magic players.
we're already over half the round.
We'll be packing up at the end of Swiss. So if you'd like to
It's going to start
check out
fate sealing
before they leave, please do so
Riley.
in
Okay.
20 minutes.
I would have preferred a scry. Lauren already knows the top of his deck, and it's something that he doesn't want. So to get it putting a card he knows is bad on the bottom of his own deck would have been much better. This engineered explosive is gonna take the engineered explosives. The force of will still hanging out. Yeah, so a second force of will from Riley. Gonna do our little Vendilion click Caracas trick.
Combination. Okay.
Huh. Interesting that Riley would use discard one when he has 6 mana available. Riley could have definitely hardcast that one if he so desired.
Okay, and that gets met with a counter spell.
The only thing reason he would pitch a Force of Will is to play around Spell Pierce.
Mm-hmm.
But okay.
Got met with a counter spell. Lauren's sitting with Jace in his hand.
Alright, so basically Lauren's like, look at your hand, no, do nothing with the trigger, basically.
Yeah.
Letting, going to Fate Seal mode.
Yeah, he did last turn.
Yeah, well, I mean, he Fate Seal because he might want to go into, want the ability to bounce a card.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure I agree with that. This is aggressive, trying to ultimate Jace. I like some brainstorming when Lauren's hand's not good.
I believe Riley drew a spell pierce there.
Mm-hmm. Not good.
No, not effective right now.
Inquisition.
Oh, Inquisition.
Yeah. Inquisition of Kozilek, not the best discard spell. Right. I'd like to see 1 or 2 more brainstorms from Lauren, so it gets a little extra to tide him over, basically.
Okay.
Inquisition. Let's begin. I think Lauren's going to cast his Stoneforge Mystic, or his Vendilion Click.
Yeah,
sorry,
the click.
Yep, and he gets to see the Jason, the Flooded Strand, Lauren's hand. That's it. With these cards being relatively poor. Okay. Okay, he's gonna bring a regular Gem token. Pretty heads up play by Riley.
Yeah, now he provides the ability of having another threat on the field.
Yeah, Lauren definitely needs a brainstorm now.
And he is still drawing lands.
If not a brainstorm, then at least a bounce. Like, I don't think he can afford to build. He needs this race is too important against Riley's game plan.
Okay. He will bounce it down the 4.
Yeah, building up loyalty for Lauren is very difficult, in my opinion.
Well, we have to figure out a way of one of these two winning. Because right now we're already at 21 minutes and 48 seconds to go. And neither one of these are looking like the position is going to change much at all. I mean, Lauren's got the hypothetical lock with the click and Caracas.
Yeah, not the strongest of locks, but
no,
yeah.
but it is a decent lock based on what Riley's drawing, because Riley is basically playing and drawing with nothing in his hand afterward.
So yeah, I mean, definitely feel like the person with Jace the Mind Sculptor is favored. Definitely like to see Lauren take far more advantage of this than he is. He's gonna pass.
It looks like he drew
and
Thoughtseize?
Inquisition.
Oh, Inquisition. Okay.
Man, Lauren really needs
something.
We really want 3 more cards from Lauren, but we're going to. Ooh, a Stoneforge Mystic bounce. We'll get Inquisitioned.
And he does have a Brainstorm in hand. Okay. That'll be met probably in response by Brainstorm from Riley.
So I don't mind this use of Jace by Lauren. Wow.
So yeah, then now Brainstorm.
Okay.
Just gives him more options to play with now.
I think Riley's actually going for a. Alright, so Riley do Force of Will, Explosives, Force of Will, Stoneforge Mystic, and a land. So if Riley wanted to, you could put both Stoneforge Mystics back.
Yeah, looks like he's willing to give one up.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to give one up to keep
Engineer Explosives?
Trevor?
no explosives.
No, but that's now on the top of his library.
No.
Oh, okay. I thought he said.
It's Batterskull and Stoneforge Mystic number 2.
Yeah.
Lauren can actually attack with this Vanilla Click. There you go.
For 2.
For
Finally,
3.
movement in the scoreboard. Riley down to 12. Lauren Nolen
Let's
at
make that
14.
11.
Or 11, sorry. We are still game 1 of the win and in situation here. Polluted Delta, played by Riley here. Looks like he's just going to pass the turn with Batterskull and Force of Will in his hand. Stoneforge Mystic, which he's going to check the graveyard.
Make sure both of his equipments are dead. They are.
Can play it. Okay.
There we go. Yep, come on.
Is he gonna?
Brainstorm.
He might seal himself.
He has way too many dead cards in hand to. Because he still has multiple shuffle effects. He has.
Okay, there's a Brainstorm. There's a Swords of Plow. 2 Swords of Plowshares. Wow.
That's quite good. Yeah, imagine what happens when you use your cards to Brainstorm. Excellent draws from Lauren Nolen.
For some reason, I think you've been advocating that the last few rounds. Well, as he talked about earlier, he will watch the match.
He will
watch the match, and he will hear you preach that, which is perfectly fine. Okay, Lauren will swing in. Down to 8.
Not sure what that swing was about, but what is Lauren doing?
Well, we know he has 2 Plowshares, and I believe a Jace in his hand, land.
So if Riley shuffles away his extra Stoneforge Mystic, so that's going to be really good for Lauren. Use both swords on the 2 creatures in play.
Land.
Okay,
Here they come.
This one should be Swords of Plowshares on the Germ token. I'd really like to see the Stoneforge Mystic played by Lauren, just to get a shuffle.
Okay, so
instead Lauren decides to swords the Stoneforge Mystic itself, maybe stranding this Batterskull in play. Maybe he's just gonna block. He's gonna try and swords. It's gonna get forced more than likely.
nope.
Oh, instead, Riley's gonna concede. 16 minutes left.
Wow.
He knows game 2. This is going to. Lauren Nolen is not known for his speed in playing Magic. He is known for his excellence in Magic.
Yes.
And his goofy demeanor. He's always one of the most excited people to be at a Magic tournament.
Mm-hmm. Good person. Got to spend some time with him as you were talking to him.
Yeah.
When we had a little off time, downtime here. Definitely someone who has a pure passion for the game. There's no doubt about it.
He loves playing Magic cards.
Yes. That's one thing that you will notice here. A lot of times you will see people that do the grinding of the GP circuit, and you can tell as they walk in, they're almost phoning it. Like, I'm here because I need to be here, but I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
And people that come to the Open Series, they want to be here. When you see Todd Anderson and Brian Ronjwin drive 8 hours to come play Magic, that's pretty good.
I want to know.
Are you driving 8 hours to go play Magic?
I have.
No, but are you consistently driving 8 hours to go play Magic?
No.
Okay.
All right. What I want to know is, what is the longest? I want answers on Twitter. What is the longest somebody's driven just to an Open and go immediately home, not for any other reason but to play an Open?
Does that have to be an Open?
Or an Invitational? Let's make it an Open.
Okay, because I have driven 12 hours to Canada to play in a GP.
Yeah, this is the Open Series.
Okay.
I want to see somebody beat 14.
Who drove 14 hours? To where?
It was really in a downtime for Arizona Magic, and me and 3 of my friends from Arizona drove 14 hours up to Denver. I know for a fact that and other people had done it, Phoenix to Denver. I know 14, and we weren't the only car.
No way.
That done that, yeah.
Huh.
We were the only one that time, but there was a later Open in Denver, and another car went from Phoenix.
Nice.
So
make sure you tweet them to SCG Live or hashtag SCGINdy.
I've always wanted to know.
Yeah.
And this doesn't count you're not staying a couple extra days to visit family. You're
No,
not
no.
driving on from those don't count. You can do all sorts of crazy things when I once did a cross country trip. See my cousin get married. My dad ordained as a deacon, and then and then I played a couple GP or whatever at the time, and I drove cross country to do that. But I was also gone for 6 weeks, so that doesn't count.
No. I managed to. My 12-hour journey to Canada was for one weekend, and it was for GP Toronto. It was sealed, and I got the pleasure of losing the winning in to make day 2 as I was sitting at my table. Right next to me, on the same position as I am, was Rich Hagon.
Yeah.
Both playing winning in situations. He was right next to me. I was over here. Of course, what are we doing? We're conversating, of course. We're not, worried about our match as much as we were talking. So, very interesting experience up there. Got to interview Rashad Miller live on air. So, that was cool. Kind of cool. So, all right, as you see back, we're going to go to the sideboards here for both these guys. Let's see. You have...
Do we have the same sideboards pretty much? Lauren is going to side in his Lingering Souls, Cabal Therapy, basically that package.
Okay.
Basically, he's going to try and shred Riley's hand. And then after that, have some advantage on flashback cards.
He has Riley's sideboard is 1 Jitte, 2 Spell Pierce, Thoughtseize, Pithing Needle, Dark Blast, Spell. I can't
Riley,
read
we're gonna have to have a chat about your handwriting.
Terminus, Perish, Supreme Verdict, 2 Oblivion Rings, 2 Lingering Souls, and an Engineered Plague.
So he also has the that might be a Spell Snare.
Spell Snare. I'm telling you, as I read this right now, it is, from what I can tell, SPELLS.
It's Spell Snag.
AUGI.
Spell
That's
Snoogie.
what it looks like. That's what it looks like. So I apologize.
Riley's definitely going to side at his Spell Snoogie.
Yes. Again, I apologize. I tried to make my best attempt at that, but...
Don't apologize.
Okay.
Blame Riley.
All right.
Riley, listen. When you watch this, clean up the handwriting.
Yes.
It's hard to read your deck list, man.
We do our best here. But Lauren up 1-0 with 11 minutes to go. Lauren plays Island, and Riley goes... Land, Island, go.
Underground Seas.
Underground Seas, yes. It looks like Lauren does have some counter spells in his hand there. Spell Pierce, Lingering Souls. So he did bring in the Lingering Souls, like you said. Brainstorm.
I mean, it's for this matchup basically.
Okay.
For the mirror, for the other slow, grindy decks. Riley also on the Lingering Souls plan.
Yeah, I could
But
see
he does not have the Cabal Therapies. Lauren also has an additional Thoughtseize to go with it. So he's going to have 6 discard spells. He's going to switch them up. He has 2 Thoughtseize, 2 Inquisition, 2 Cabal Therapy in his deck. Whereas Riley just has his 4. He has 2 Inquisition, 2 Thoughtseize main.
Okay. All right.
So both players going to play Brainstorms and not fetch.
Yeah, there's the Cabal Therapy.
Lord Nolen jokes that he's like 90% of the time he has no idea what to Cabal Therapy. So he's just not going to cast it until he can look at his opponent's hand first.
Somehow I would vote against that, but I guess that's a safe play. I don't know if I would do it that way, but okay then. All right, so third land passes. It looks like we have
Chite. Okay, yep. See, true to form, Lord Nolen is going to cast his Vendilion Click at the end of Riley's turn. And
get a look in his hand.
Get a look at Riley's hand. I don't think it'll resolve if Riley can help it.
All right. We definitely have someone that managed to beat your time. We will talk about it. We'll talk about it at the end of the match.
I do not think my time of 14 hours was good.
No.
Also, I had a blast on that trip. Okay. I made some became much closer friends with the people I went with. I knew them well, but not that well. Yeah. Shout outs to Alex, Frank, and Jim.
Yeah, unfortunately when I tried to do the 12 hours, I did it by myself.
Oof, that's awful, man. That's so bad.
Especially driving through Michigan. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Michigan, and it goes 75 miles an hour, which is really nice. Yeah, but it is like nothingness. All
right, so we have Counterspell, Spell Snare, Spell Snoogie.
Smell Snoogie, that's what it is. It's officially renamed.
The Stoneforge Mystic to the bottom of Riley's deck, and Thoughtseize resolves for Riley. So, Lauren's hand, we get to see both players' hand. This is much easier. Yes. We have Cabal Therapy, Brainstorm, Force of Will, Jace the Mind Sculptor, Snapcaster Mage, Lingering Souls. So both players with stacked hands, not with lands.
No. But both of them set themselves up in a really nice position. Mm-hmm. See, now if you go back and look at that does look like Spell Snoogie. So yes, I will take criticism.
Take credit.
I'll take credit for that, and I also take criticism for that. So thank you. Like Glenn Jones said last turn, you can send a message directly to me on there. All right, he's going to look again just to make sure. It's got everything written down. Yeah. Snapcaster in there also helps Lauren's cause. There's another Jace. Unable to cast.
Would be much better, yeah. So I get again. So
is it time for the Lingering Souls? There it is.
What's going on with Lingering Souls? That should get Spell Pierced.
That's fine.
A snare.
That's fine. It goes to the graveyard.
Yeah.
So it works. He'll be able to play it next turn.
I guess the snare is going to kind of
Okay, now Lauren will have his fourth land.
But I think he wants to clear the way first.
Ironically, the last turn Riley drew a Jace, so we now have Lauren with 2 Jaces in his hand and Riley with 1.
Lauren, I see. Lauren does not have black mana.
You're correct.
That's a big deal.
Okay, Snapcaster Mage to a potential
Brainstorm. This was an end step Snapcaster Mage, I believe. So basically, Lauren's deciding if he wants to reject it, and I believe Riley is without white mana, so quite the awkward battle wall.
Okay, well now he's got it.
We just we changed that. Yeah, there's we have another underground sea swords of Flooded Strand for Riley.
Yep.
I'm gonna put back Spell Snare, and it doesn't really matter because he's gonna be drawing it, but
Yeah.
so wants to make sure in case of any like surgical extraction shenanigans or anything like that. It's not too important. Yeah. He's gonna be allowed to.
Yeah, I would think he'd go for that and then immediately get to his white mana source.
It's almost always GT. So, Lauren's response is actually probably to counter this. Probably needs to counter this.
Yeah, but it'll be met. I mean, he should know that he has the counter spell in his hand, which will be met by him cracking the land to get.
Players, this is the end of the round. Active player finishes his turn during
To get a
five
Tundra.
additional turns.
So will he throw a Jace away, or will
No, I believe he's going to throw one of his better cards. I do not like it if Lauren's going to throw away his Snapcaster.
Wouldn't you have thrown away one of your Jaces because you
Yeah.
have two in your hand? I mean, even though the fact that it's more than likely they could potentially legend each other out, still you would, or giving that up is tough. Okay, so he shows that he's going to play the counter spell. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I would have liked to see. I mean, Snapcaster plus Brainstorm is a pretty strong play. Basically, Lauren's going to win this Jace battle pretty handily. With 2 copies of Jace.
So
But he also needs to win this equipment battle as well.
I believe he picked up Batterskull.
Mm-hmm.
So Jace to Brainstorm.
Yeah, I've seen Lauren do more aggressive plays. I could definitely see Lauren unsummoning the Snapcaster Mage here.
Okay. Okay, that's exactly what he's going to do.
Yep.
Okay. Rally draws another land.
Let's play if
All right, there's the
Snapcaster Thoughtseize, I believe, is going to be. Yep.
There it is.
Tough decision from Riley. I think Batterskull is likely correct. He's going to take Jason instead.
Okay.
Alright, swords on the Vendilion click. Leave nothing to chance.
All right, a draw. That looks like there's Misha Factory, or Misha's Factory.
So again, I don't think.
This is turn 1.
Oh, okay.
Are we? So apparently our clock is a little off. It is falling rapidly, and we are on time actually.
Yes.
So this is turn 1.
Okay, so he's going to Fate Seal.
So it looks like I highly doubt that Riley can win this game in time. So Lauren's going to win this match 1-0, his second 1-0 victory of the tournament, which I will let him know.
Well, that will get him into the top 8.
Lauren Batterskull sporting the G token. Nope, we're gonna upgrade to an actual germ.
All right. Click. He's going to show him the Cabal Therapy. She'll go to the bottom of his deck. All right. Equip Legit. Swing.
And Lauren definitely probably want to block.
There's no reason for him not to.
Well, he can lose his
Oh.
it. Yeah, he can. I mean, there's definitely reasons for him not to block.
Okay.
He can lose his germ token to the GT. And look, Lauren draws his own. That's definitely a reason not to block.
All right. Information we did not have a minute ago. Yep, he just scoops.
All right.
Well, congratulations to Lauren. Nolen winning 2 games to none.
One game. Yeah, I think Riley was still playing, but
Well, okay, 1 game to nothing.
yeah.
He did scoop. So congratulations. That will get Lauren into the